Good morning, everyone. We're back with Gnome Cooks, Cooking with Gnome. All the fun stuff that is, Gnome. It's gonna be a bit of a weird stream today. I don't have my camera woman making me drink this early. God damn it. Ugh. You're lucky I'm always prepared. I don't know what I'm drinking yet. What am I drinking? Something that is exploding. I am going to drink a Sour Patch Kid beer. Because that's what was first thing I found in my fridge. Like I was saying, I don't have my camera operator here just yet. She's off taking the little one to school. So it's going to be a little funky here for a few minutes until she gets back. But, as you can kind of see, we're making pizza today. We're making some fun pizza today. I should probably actually remember to get things out of my fridge eventually. We'll get there. We're going start to finish, making the dough, putting it in the oven, all the good stuff. I'm not making pepperoni on stream on that. Not today. No. Alright, I've been there, done that. It's a fun time, but we're not going that far today. I need to fix that bot one of these days. Okay. We're going to be making two lovely pizzas today. A couple of my personal favorites. We are going to be making a pizza that is going to be roasted corn, tomatoes, avocado, some red onion on it. And then we are going to be making a pepperoni, jalapeno, and pineapple pizza. Yes. We have the pineapple. Because we got to. I'm the chef. I have pineapple. Yep. And this is not a pineapple. I hope you guys can tell this is not a pineapple. In addition to that, we're going to do a couple other fun things. We're going to be making a little bit of garlic oil today. We're going to make a jalapeno garlic oil. That'll be delicious on topping on your pizzas, all that good stuff. Whatever else we kind of figure out along the way. We're going to kind of see where this takes us. We're going to have fun. We're going to probably cry a little bit, laugh a little bit, and hopefully keep all our fingers intact. With that being said, I have to swing around the other side to catch you real quick, push a couple buttons, and I will be back on screen in, hopefully, a few seconds. Ta-da! Okay. So as usual, we're going to make sure everything is where we want it to be. We're going to start making sure our tools are nice and sharp. Knife is nice and sharp. Got that sharpened a couple days ago. We've got our trusty dough scraper for when we're working dough, and it also helps clean up all the flour that we're going to be dealing with today. Got our tools. We got our whisks, our tongs, our spatulas. My daughter's knife. That's the scariest thing you'll ever hear. Toddlers with a knife. Yike. Thank you for the follow, Zycalis. Good to see you. That's the scariest thing you'll ever hear. And also, you can now probably hear me in the background. The wife just got in here. Okay. Where do you go to get your knife sharpened? I need to get mine sharpened. That is a fantastic question. I obviously don't know Portland, but I guarantee you there's a knife shop in Portland. Anywhere that sells knives usually will have sharpening services. Go to any of your high-end grocery stores. Almost always, you can take your knives back to the butchery department, and they will sharpen your knives for you because they have to have sharp knives to do what they're doing. Honestly, most grocery stores, if they have a butcher department, they have a way to sharpen your knives for you. And most of them will, usually let you, or do it for you for a small price, if not free. There are places that sharpen knives for free out there, and yeah. There are also mobile sharpening services, quite a few of them out there. They have their big truck. They will come to your door. You hand in the knives, they'll sharpen your knives. 10 minutes later, you'll have sharp knives. Other than that, you can obviously make sure you have your steel so that you can keep your knife honed. It does not keep your knife sharp, but it does maintain your sharpness. I know that's a weird sentence to say, but that is a sentence. So we have our honing steel. So we always make sure before we start using our knife, we hone it. Also, I think one of my cameras is frozen at the moment. Because, yeah. Let me fix that really quickly, guys. Having some technical difficulties this morning. My camera just turned itself off, apparently. Rare occasion someone gets my name right, which is impressive considering I'm looking across the room and staring at a TV screen 10 feet away from me. How often should I get my knife sharpened? That is entirely dependent, Corn, on how much you use your knife. If you're using your knife 6 hours a day, taking good care of it, and what was I thinking? And making sure it's being used properly, all that good stuff, you shouldn't have to sharpen it more than once every 3 to 6 months. Thank you for the subscription, Smile. I appreciate it, my friend. At least I'm assuming what that was. My laptop. My camera's... You're good. My camera's working. My camera's working! Yes! Or that's a follow. Follow. I can't even read. Follow, follow, follow. As far as that, though, as long as you're taking care of your knives, honestly, you don't have to sharpen them that often. With the quantity of stuff that I'm always doing, you want to sharpen your knife pretty regularly. That's why I also have a ton of knives that I kind of rotate through so that one isn't getting dull quicker than the others for the most part. That way I can take all my knives in and, yeah, all that good stuff. I'd rather take all my knives in at once than take one or two in every once in a while. Most places, I know it's going to sound weird, they charge you by the inch to sharpen your knives. So most chef knives like this one it's an 8-inch chef knife, so it's going to cost you about $10 to get sharpened. Which, honestly, not that bad. So, we make sure our knife is nice and honed. Again, most steels have a flat edge on them. That kind of you can use as your guide, and you make sure you run the knife down evenly. That gives you your angle. You do it on both sides, and you get a nice edge on there. Always remember, after you hone a knife or after you sharpen a knife, always use a towel and wipe down the edge, because there's going to be those little metal shavings on there. And while minerals might be good for your diet, not those kind of minerals. So, coffee. Perfect. That all being said, we have our sharp knife now. Got a little bit of learning about your knives. We are going to start with our garlic, actually. We're going to be making our garlic oil today. We're going to make a garlic jalapeno oil, actually. Just so we have something to drizzle over all the delicious stuff. Also, it's the best way to get garlic confit, which is going to be going on our pizza as well. So, we've got our lovely cloves of garlic here. I don't think we need 3 of them. We'll do all of these. Might as well. We're going to get in here, break it open. Beautiful. Look at that, we're making a mess already, and it's only 9:15. Love it. Also drinking by 9:15, so that's even better. We're going to get a little bowl of water right here.
Got another follower.
Thank you for the follow.
What,
Ooh,
15, 30?
we're going to call Boyson 300. Maybe. We'll see. I appreciate it, my friend. So, we got our garlic. We're going to get a nice... Let's take out all this extra wrap here out of here. We don't want all this. That's just a mess. And we don't like making messes. One of the main rules in the kitchen is clean as you go. So we try to do that. We fail most of the time, but we do try. My wife likes making messes and leaving them for me to clean up. And that's how you also don't get a wife anymore, is if you say things like that. But that is a lesson for a different stream: how to lose a wife. We're not going to that one though.
Start by blocking the Keurig, not buying coffee.
You bought coffee, which means I probably bought coffee.
You did buy some coffee. That's why I'm still here.
Haven't even started cooking and you're hungry. Perfect. So the fun part about doing pizza is I had to do a little bit of prep last night. So otherwise, this stream is very, very difficult to do if you don't do a little bit of pre-planning with some of the things, because we don't have all day. So luckily, we have proofed our pizza dough already. It is beautiful. We are going to go through the process of making more dough, which means the wife and I are going to be eating a lot of pizza over the next few days, but that's pretty normal. The wife is making me drink. We're going to drink a bit of this, and then a bit of this. Ooh, that's not a good combination. Ooh. That bot loves to just spam that. Gotta turn that down. I know I've said that a few times already. The garlic. Who doesn't love garlic? If you don't love garlic, you're doing something wrong.
Holy hell. That's a lot of garlic.
That's not enough garlic. We are going to get our money's worth on this oil. And making garlic oil, there's a few ways we can do this. We can either do it in the oven, or we can do it on the stovetop. Today we're going to be doing it on the stovetop because we have our oven currently preheated to 500 degrees. And if I put my garlic in the oven at 500 degrees, bad things are going to happen. And we do not want that. So, yay, garlic. So we're going to be doing this on the stovetop today, and it's pretty simple. It's literally as easy as putting oil in a pot, putting the garlic in the pot with the oil, and letting it go. That has water in it. I forgot that has water in it. Whenever I'm working with garlic, I like to have a little bowl of water just to kind of keep my hands wet. Keeps things from sticking as much, keeps the garlic oil from just making your hands all yucky. We're just going to go ahead and keep peeling this all now. We use the flat side of the knife to break open the casing on the garlic. We can get all delicious, good stuff out of the middle of it here. Again, making sure we're going to keep our fingertips nice and wet so that way we're not making a sticky mess. Because making a mess is bad enough. A sticky mess is even worse. Now, obviously, if you're only doing a couple cloves of garlic, you don't need to worry about having water on the side. But if you're doing a good amount, I promise you, it makes life so much better not having the sticky garlic oil all over the place. There are faster ways to do this, for sure. Luckily, in most kitchens where garlic is used in large quantities, they're buying pre-peeled garlic, so that way they don't have to sit here and do this all day. Until you get into higher level kitchens where you're doing crazy things. They don't believe in taking shortcuts like that, and you're peeling garlic for an 8-hour shift. Not fun. Not fun at all. But this is perfectly fine for a home setting where we're using a decent amount of garlic, but not anything crazy. when you start getting into bulk recipes that require pounds and pounds and pounds of
You
garlic.
did that opposite. Where's the...
There was a bad piece of garlic.
Oh.
But, yeah, when you start using garlic in the pounds, you want to buy it pre-peeled. You can even buy it in chopped, but I do not recommend that. There have been studies, and I know this is going to sound really weird. Also, I'm on an ad break, I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk too much about fun stuff while we're on an ad break for another 10 seconds.
Muzz!
Welcome back from the ad break, guys. Sorry about that. I got distracted and didn't see that was going on. So I've been talking about garlic. Good to see you, Maz. Like I said, large quantities of garlic. Bring in pre-peeled. You can bring it in pre-chopped as well, but most places don't recommend it. And it's going to sound really, really weird. You can tell the difference tasting it between fresh chopped garlic that's chopped by hand. You can tell the difference between garlic that has been chopped by a machine freshly. And you can definitely tell if garlic is old and chopped by a machine. You can eat garlic raw. It's just a little too spicy and pungent for me personally.
But it doesn't go bad, though.
No.
If it's...
Garlic is very similar to onions in that it just doesn't ever go bad. You can definitely eat it raw. I just don't recommend it as it's just a little too...
My dad did once where he took a whole clove, put it in foil, and then cooked it on the grill. Mm-hmm. And then it got soft and you spread it on bread.
Uh-huh. Garlic is a fantastic item. The intrusive thoughts are winning now. Yeah, fair. I mean, you can... If you want to eat a whole garlic clove or a raw garlic, I'm not going to stop it. You'll be fine. You're just probably going to regret it later, but that's all right. I mean, maybe you won't. You might love it.
It has health benefits.
There's definitely a lot of health benefits in garlic. I couldn't tell you what they are.
Blood pressure, I think.
Wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, it keeps the vampires away, which maybe that's what Corn's problem is. He's trying to get his blood drawn right now. Have you been eating a lot of garlic lately, Corn? Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Onions can go bad. They just also live forever most of the time. I couldn't tell you how many times I have ran into a rotten onion in a bag. And it's not even always about onions going bad, as it was not good to begin with. A lot of times you pull it out of a bag, it's going to be because it came out of the field that way more than it rotted. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I go through a lot of onions. I go through a lot of garlic. Not as much as I used to, because luckily we, again, like I said, we bring our garlic in pre-peeled in large quantities, because we do not have the time to do this all day long. We have other things that we waste our time doing in weird quantities. Yay. Okay, I know this is real entertaining here. We're peeling garlic, but that is unfortunately the life of a chef, is doing a lot of repeated things over and over and over and over until you hate doing them. I promise. There are so many of those things that come in this industry. But that's okay. We are going to set a little bit of this garlic aside specifically for our pizza sauce we're going to be making. I had to keep our pizza sauce super simple, so it's going to be, I think you're going to be surprised at how easy a pizza sauce is. A lot of times people kind of, when they do pizza, they go too crazy on the toppings. They try to make everything just, yeah. I like to focus on our dough, so that's where we're going to be focusing on today. entirely on making sure our dough has the flavor. Obviously, a good topping. We want good toppings, but you want your dough to have good flavor. That's what sets good pizza aside from average pizza. Tons of cumin. Oh yeah, tons of cumin is definitely. Yeah, I love cumin. It's one of my favorite spices to use. Toasting it fresh is one of my favorite things to walk into a work and have them toasting cumin in the pan on the stovetop. It does some fantastic things. Sourdough pizza dough is a fun one. You can definitely have some fun with it. Just not very traditional. But I do love it. Okay. Couple more little pieces here. Yay! Our hands. I always forget. I'm sitting here going through the garlic, trying to go fast, and all of a sudden, forget we need to, actually wipe our hands off. Garlic oil sucks. Oh. Natural garlic oil sucks. We love making garlic oil. One thing with garlic oil we'll mention here now. If you do make garlic oil, make sure it stays refrigerated. A lot of places you go, if you ever see bottles of garlic oil sitting on the table, you'll see them for decoration and stuff. Do not eat those. If it has not been refrigerated, do not eat it. Garlic oil that is left on tables with rosemary and all that stuff is a very big source of what is called botulism. Just the lack of air in there, the pressure, creates some nasty foodborne illnesses. You want to make sure it's refrigerated. Has to be refrigerated. Make sure it's cooled properly. Don't want to get somebody sick. I've seen it so many times. Health department will come in places and, oh, you have garlic oil. Why is it not refrigerated? You're going to get somebody killed. Don't do it. Don't kill people with oil. Bad. Okay, so we're going to set a little bit of this garlic aside. We're just going to throw a couple cloves in our food processor for later. And hope our food processor lives.
Yeah.
Because last time we used it,
It smoked.
it was smoky. Hopefully that was just a one-time occurrence. Oh god, it's Fatal. Hi Fatal. Good to see you, my friend. I mean, I can't stop you from murdering people with garlic oil, but I'd like to attempt to. Aniv is here. Botulism is worth it for some good oil. Fair. I mean, fair. Okay. We need to go apply. I mean, considering I've had this food processor now since 2012 is when I got this food processor. I think we're probably due for one. We're going to take one of these lovely jalapenos now. Take off our stem. Again, when we're cutting, we always make sure our thumb is tucked behind our fingers here. I don't know how well you can see it on there. No, you probably can't from that angle. Maybe. No, you probably can't.
You can from that angle.
We always make sure our thumb is tucked behind. That way you can't cut it off. We don't want it up here because you will lose your finger. You're going to run your knife down the front of your fingers. No matter how many times you do this, as long as your fingers are tucked, your thumb is behind, you will not cut yourself. Ow. No.
Fatal just followed.
Thank you for the follow, Fatal. It's always a pleasure, my friend. Welcome to... Gnome does stuff. Oh. We are going to... I guess it really doesn't matter too much here, because this jalapeno, we are just going to honestly throw into the pot here. We don't want the seeds there. Seeds are bitter. They do have a little bit more spiciness, but they are bitter. And our oil is going to have enough bitterness in it. Same with the membrane. Membrane is very bitter, so we don't want to keep that in there if we can help it. We want to get as much of that out as we can when we're doing this.
Oh, I hate that cutting board.
This cutting board sucks. But it is a cutting board.
It's also huge and doesn't fit in the dishwasher.
It fits in the dishwasher.
It does not.
Yeah, it does. I make it fit. Okay, we're going to throw our jalapeno into our oil here. We're going to throw our garlic into our oil. And we are just going to put that on low heat.
What kind of oil?
This is just pretty simple canola oil today. Olive oil, again, too bitter to really use. You can use it, but I wouldn't go 100%. You're going to use olive oil. You want to go at most 50% in an application like this.
Did you finish off my oil? No. Okay.
Okay. Olive oil is fantastic, but you don't typically want to do too much with it in a setting like this, especially if you're cooking it. If you're going to infuse it naturally over time, sure, go for it. But if you're using it to infuse over a stovetop, you're just going to have issues. I cut myself a lot because it's easier to not tuck my fingers. You know? Fair. I can't argue with you there. It's fun. So, like I was saying, we got my daughter her own chef knife. It's adorable. We love it. She's been having fun cutting fruits and veggies. The best part is, no matter what I do with it, it doesn't cut me. At least some marks, but it does not cut, which is good. So she's been having fun cutting fruits and veggies with this. I tried to teach her how to tuck with them. Luckily, yeah, we haven't got that far yet. But she is having a good time learning to cut fruits and veggies without hurting anybody or herself. So you know what? Also, this knife is actually really... I like that, actually. It moves really nice on a cutting board. I'll have to keep that in mind. But again, I can't really cut anything that's, needs to be cut with it. That being said, I guess I've never actually shown, guys. I probably have at some point in the stream. When you are using a knife. A lot of people are going to hold their knife and they're going to hold it like this. And you don't want that. It's all over the place. You see people put their finger up here and try to cut with it. Again, not great. You won't get any stability when you're cutting like this. You want to make sure that when you are using a knife that is sharp, or honestly just any knife whatsoever, you're holding your knife blade that it's secure. So always remember, you want your thumb, it's all about thumbs in cooking apparently, you put your thumb up here on the blade of your knife. You want it all the way up here. Let's see if I can get that on the screen, right there maybe. Yeah, right there. You want it up on this knife, and you're going to grip all the way. The handle is there for more stability and weight than anything else. You put, most of your hand is going up on the blade itself. Make sure, obviously, you don't go under the blade, but you want to make sure that you have as much stability as possible when you're cutting. Stability is the name of the game. That way, you're not going to lose a finger, and you're going to get accurate knife cuts every time. Perfect. Okay.
Is that the one you just got sharpened?
This is the one I just got sharpened. But it's going to stay nice and sharp, too. Okay. Next. Corn. Hi, corn. Good to see you. We're going to take off we're going to do some nice corn today. We're doing a roasted corn. Honestly, we're probably going to... Ooh, actually, that's a brilliant idea. We're going to toss this corn in some of this garlic oil later to get a little bit of that nice, delicious flavor. We're going to roast it in the oven briefly. It's going to be delicious. Corn also makes a big mess. Also, the gnome is drinking the corn right now.
Is what?
The gnome is drinking the corn. Corn fits in the wine holder pretty well.
Oh, that gnome. I thought you were talking about yourself.
No, it's too early to be drinking corn.
That could be taken so many bad ways.
Whiskey.
Speaking of whiskey,
No whiskey for
I
you.
really want to order that whiskey.
Okay. Beautiful. We've got our corn here. We are going to do this nice and smart. So whenever you're doing the corn, you want to take, obviously, off the cob. If you put it down on the cutting board, it has the risk of kind of slipping around all of it. I always try to put a towel down. So that way we have a little bit more stability, less slipping. We don't like slipping. And we like making messes. The other way to do this, we could actually put this corn into a bowl while we're doing this and put the towel down. And we would be able to collect it out of the bowl and not have it go scattering all over the place. We're only doing 2 ears of corn right now, so I'm not too worried about the mess. If I was doing a case, we'd worry about the mess. I have my salad cooks at the Cheesecake Factory do a case of corn every morning, and they hate their lives because of it. So they've gotten very good at corn. The poor souls.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Peanut butter whiskey is a thing. Alright. Beautiful. We got our corn here. Okay, set that aside. We're gonna just go ahead. We're gonna just take this corn. We're gonna put it in a bowl. Actually, we're just go ahead and put it in this nice little roasting pan here for later. And we're going to make sure that that goes in the oven in a little bit. We don't want to cook it too long because obviously it's going to be going on the pizza and getting cooked more. But we do want to give it a little bit of pre-cooks because we don't want raw corn on our pizza, right? And I know, guys, you're probably thinking to yourself, corn on a pizza? Huh?
It's not the most weird thing.
It's not the weirdest thing we do around here, but it's actually a delicious pizza topping. I almost went crazy and did a few other weird ingredients, but I decided to keep it nice and simple this time.
No eggs?
I almost did a breakfast pizza. I was very close to doing a breakfast pizza for this, guys. But I decided I didn't want to make a mess. One of my favorite pizzas, though, is you take potatoes, you slice them super thin, you confit them briefly so they get nice and soft, and then you can layer them on top of your pizza with bacon or pancetta or prosciutto, a fried egg on top. Fantastic stuff.
Nice.
Highly recommend it. But that's for another pizza stream. So this is actually my second pizza stream I've ever done. The first pizza stream we did was my first cooking stream, actually. Almost a little, actually, around 3 years ago. 2 years ago. 2
Yeah.
years ago. 2 years ago and 3 houses ago. 4 houses ago.
2, 3.
This is our 4th place we've lived since that stream.
Oh, God.
It's pretty impressive. But also it's kind of scary. That all being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some tomatoes now. I found these gorgeous little grape tomatoes. We are just going to go ahead and give them a nice little bisect. That's how you know. Honestly, how you know a knife is sharp is when it can cut through a tomato without really any effort. Tomatoes are one of the hardest things to cook or cut regularly without a sharp knife. Generally, if you don't have a sharp knife for a tomato, you're using a serrated knife, and, well, that's the plan for the moment. Gnome needs to get a little more experience at Cheesecake Factory before he looks into transferring somewhere. We'll see. The world is my oyster with Cheesecake Factory. I can go anywhere. They just opened one in China. Let's go to China.
No thanks.
Bangkok, Thailand. How about that? Yeah. We've got our tomatoes. We're going to go ahead and just set those into a bowl as well.
I'm going to pull out a bottom line.
I'm going to put a little bit of salt on those. We can start pulling out any of that extra moisture in there. Salt is one of the best things for that, obviously. You salt things, moisture comes out. Go figure. Put a little pepper on those as well We're going to keep our ingredients super, super simple today. We are avoiding any of those crazy ingredients that make this unattainable at home. Everything that you see in front of you today, guys, is something you can do at home. There's nothing difficult about what we're doing, as long as you have the right tools. We're going to do our onion next. We've got a beautiful red onion here. Always take our top and our bottom off. We're going to be doing a nice julienne on this today, so we're just going to go ahead. We don't need a whole onion, I hope. That'd be a bit of an overpowering pizza. We'll see. And again, make sure our fingers are tucked. We're going to start at the very bottom of this onion, and we're just going to kind of start cutting it at an angle. And working our way up and around our onion. And when we get to a point where we're kind of getting a little wobbly, we cheat and we just tilt the onion onto its side again. Time to cook Bulbasaur. Fair. I mean, there are some crazy Pokemon pictures out there that involve how to prepare Pokemon, and it's kind of creepy, but also quite entertaining to look at. Again, I'm trying to decide what do I want to do with the onions. So I want to leave them on. Do I want to cook them raw?
Pickle.
We're not pickling them. That wouldn't go good on that pizza. I could pickle them. I believe I've pickled onions on street before. Can't remember. I feel like I have. There's no way I haven't. With these, I'm running out of small bowls.
Down below.
Down below?
Down below.
Down below. Aha! Perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and set those aside. You might honestly just toss them in a little bit of oil later and just roast them on the pizza.
You could put a few aside to pickle, so that way I
You can
have
also
them.
caramelize them.
Oh, that'd be good. We have turbinado.
There's enough sugar in these. I did not even have to worry about that. So, you know what? We're going to caramelize some onions today, because why not? Also cooking bananas right now, which is something we don't really like to hear. Did not have a step stool there. Gonna find ourselves a saute pan. As you can see, guys, I'm kind of just making this up as I go today, because that's the best thing about pizza. You can kind of do anything with it and enjoy it.
Oh, I would have loved to have those beer braised mushrooms.
Beer braised mushrooms.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was good.
I almost considered making the mushroom onion goat cheese pizza. And I just couldn't find good goat cheese that wasn't super expensive. And the mushroom selection at the store was not fantastic.
Really?
They were,
They have like 10 types.
yeah, at $5 a pound each.
Oh. Then
So.
you need to go with me to the farmer's market.
So we are just going to take our red onions. We are just going to put a little oil, a little bit of salt on them. Again, salt helps get that moisture out. We want to get as much moisture out of these as we can. We're going to put these on at high heat just to get them started. And then we are going to reduce down to a low temperature and just let them kind of slowly cook. Get some gorgeous color. So, put those on the stove. Our garlic is starting to get delicious over here already. I will say, guys, if you are ever putting oil on a stove, be very, very careful. It is very easy to burn down your house if you're not being careful. So don't leave it unattended. Make sure it's at low heat. If you are ever going to deep fry, make sure you have all the precautions in place, because, yeah, be safe, guys. Hot oil is not a joke. It is easy to hurt yourself, start a fire. So just be careful, guys. Someday we will do a deep frying. I was this close to doing some deep frying in this stream originally, but I decided we wanted to be safe. Don't have a long time, so I didn't want to have to worry about that. Hi, don't look at me. You said chicken and waffles. I almost did a chicken and waffles, and I was gonna love it. I almost decided to do a Chinese stream today and do some like Americanized Chinese food, because Orange
Really?
chicken sounds really good right now, guys.
Oh.
And I do some killer orange chicken, I promise. But tempura batter is that's another stream for another time. I know I'm just kind of wasting time here for a couple seconds just talking to you guys, but I hope you're enjoying it. Talking about future streams.
Dim sum.
We will do a dim sum stream eventually. But, so the next cooking stream I want to do, granted I can find the ingredients I want, I'm going to be doing a molecular gastronomy stream. For you guys who do not know what molecular gastronomy is, it's when you start having fun and messing with basically the chemical structures of food. You can take peanut butter and turn it into a powder. You can take juices and turn them in basically into a boba. Spherification, turning things into gels, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Do a Honduran cooking stream. I mean, I couldn't tell you I've ever cooked Honduran food before. I'm sure I've done some food that would be similar. I've done some Ecuadorian. I've done some Argentinian. But I've never done Honduran. A nib. Okay. Besides. Just besides. Perfect. We're going to check our onions real quick. Still haven't got too hot yet. Our garlic is at a nice little simmer here. We will get that eventually to get a little more going here. But we're just going to let that slowly, very slowly cook. I have that garlic on almost the lowest setting possible for that to go. We do not want it to come to a boil. We just want to slow roast it. We're basically slow roasting on the oven. On the stove. You could put it in your oven, like I said earlier. Oven's at 500 degrees. We're not dealing with that today. That being said, what do we got left over here? We got some pineapple. My favorite. Oh. Okay. Mr. Pineapple here. Now, it wouldn't be a Gnome stream, honestly, without a pineapple. I feel like whenever I do a cooking stream, there's almost always a pineapple, and that's kind of great. Yeah, of course you called him out. I showed you the pineapple, but we got to have a pineapple. Pineapples have kind of just been this thing I've done for a while. It's always fun. For Halloween, every once in a while, I even carve pineapples instead of pumpkins, which, good luck. It's one of those fun, crazy things. My viewers just dropped as soon as I brought the pineapple out. What? So, pineapple. I love pineapple. It's one of my favorite things. It is my guilty pleasure on pizza. I know a lot of people say it doesn't belong on pizza, but...
Wait! I want to grow it. Put it in the sink.
Okay. Apparently we're going to try growing a pineapple. We're going to have a pineapple live stream. We're just going to leave a camera on the pineapple for the next 6 months as it molds. It's going to be great.
Or we could go shopping and get a pineapple plant.
Okay.
Okay, then you can throw it away now then.
I'll throw it away in a little bit. You distracted me. So, we've taken the top and the bottom off our pineapple. It is fantastic, Miles. It adds a nice sweetness to go with all the savory. And people are like, oh, fruit doesn't belong on pizza. Tomatoes! I hate people. Yeah. So we're gonna treat this pineapple like we would treat a melon, which I guess you've probably never seen me cut a melon either. You're gonna start at your top and you're gonna work your knife around and kind of curve around the outside. If you're in a hurry, you can go straight cuts. Great. But we like to save as much of this as we can. We're gonna try to get in there just enough so we get as much of the peel off there. Beautiful. I have cut a lot of pineapple in my days. Because I used to do... Ah! Poor chick just fell over. When I worked at the University of Washington, I did a lot of sweet and sour chicken there. And we would cut 2 cases of pineapple every day, and we are in an ad break again. So you can't even hear me. My anecdotes about pineapple. Sad.
You didn't even say anything about my coconut memories.
You have coconut memories?
When we went to my brewing.
Ah, coconut.
That was a good memory.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's going to start smelling really good in here soon.
Yeah.
We're killing some time while ad is going on here.
45 seconds.
Gotta stop doing that. By the way, guys, chai and beer, great combination. Chai and sour beer, don't do it. Also, I hope the sound quality is everything is going well today, guys. I've kind of been messing around with a lot of stuff. So let me know if everything's working good. Obviously, you can't hear me right now because it's an ad break, but yeah, all that good stuff. Onions are cooking. Our garlic oil is now in a light simmer, which is fantastic. And you guys are all back now. So as I was saying, lots of pineapple. Garlic oil is at a lovely simmer right now. Onions are cooking away. University of Washington. We had sweet and sour chicken on our menu. Cut a lot of pineapple. It was a good time. Lots of pineapple, guys. As you can see, we did a pretty good job. We only have a couple little pieces on there we can just shave away. Right there. In the day and age where pineapple also, we have the cheating devices that core a pineapple for you. Sure, go with it if you want to. Could be worse. I'm gonna come on here now. Oh yeah. I haven't shown this off yet. So I was up till 1 o'clock last night making our dough. So we have our pizza dough to start today. It's going to be great. Nice and fluffy. I'm really excited. I tried a new dough recipe today, so hopefully it works well. We are getting a little bit of a crust on top, which is a little concerning. I'll give that a flip there. Put my towel back on. We're going to lightly oil this dough really quick, just so it doesn't form that film. We don't want a film on top of our dough. So we're just going to take a little bit of oil here. I know we got distracted from the pineapple. We're just going to brush it on top here, just to give it a little protection against oxygen. Speaking of also future streams again here, guys, if there is anything you would love to see me cook, let me know in the Discord. I am always open to ideas. I'm going to try to start doing cooking streams more often if I can. It is entirely relying on the schedule of a 3-year-old right now, but yeah. My hunger is killing me. What's your point? Okay. Pineapple. Let us get in here. I guess before. You can always look at the top of the pineapple. We are getting a little bit of freezing. Okay.
Laggy.
Laggy. We are getting we do have we are getting a lot of lag. What is going on? Let me take a look real quick, guys. Dropping frames.
Yeah.
Not dropping frames there. Weird. Don't know.
There. It's frozen right there.
It's frozen?
Right here on this one.
Need just a second here, guys. I'm doing a little technical difficulties. Okay. We're just going to restart the camera here real quick. So our pineapple always has a core inside of it. We want to make sure we get that core out. It's pretty obvious, at least when you're looking inside of the pineapple. You can see these vertical lines that go through it. We don't want that. It's kind of almost a woody center. Were you delayed that much?
This one is.
Everything's delayed right now.
This one is fine. on Streamlabs. The other one is Zoid on Twitch.
Okay. So we don't want that woody center in there. I'll go ahead and cut straight down the backside here. This pineapple is a little underripe, which for this time of year is pretty normal. We're just going to kind of wedge right out of the side there. A lot of people do like eating this piece, but it's just a little too tough to put on like a pizza, or honestly for most usable things. If the pineapple is not ripe, that is going to be almost inedible though. Yeah, when the person who draws your blood has shaky hands, I would say that's a little nerve-wracking. Luckily it's just a needle and not like a knife. Onions are coming along gorgeous over here. We're getting a little color on them. So we're going to go ahead and turn our temperature down low now. We just want those to caramelize, use their own natural sugars to bring color into them, and not get too much caramelization. Well, we want caramelization. We don't want char or anything like that. We don't want them to get texture. How does that sound? Need one more small bowl here for our pineapple. Oy. Beautiful. We got our scrap bowl right there. We got our pineapple bowl. Hopefully everything's working here, guys. I don't know what is going on right now. Go ahead. We're going to cut some nice, beautiful slices out of our pineapple. Okay. Beautiful. So obviously I do not need all of this pineapple for one pizza. It'd be delicious if I put it all on there, but I'm just going to take one chunk, and the daughter's probably going to get to play with the rest of it later.
Hell yeah.
So she will love that. We're just going to go ahead and grab a bag and set the pineapple aside for the rest of the day, because I love pineapple, she loves pineapple. We all love pineapple, especially on pizza. Right, guys? Pineapple on pizza? You love it? You love it? I love it.
I love arugula and sprouts on pizza too.
You love weird things on your pizza, you weirdo.
Oh, that's because I married you. You introduced me to...
I introduced you to good pizza.
Yeah.
Where am I? Who am I? I was grabbing something. Before I forget, we're going to go ahead and pull our cheese out of the refrigerator and our pepperoni. My wife is in the kitchen. My wife is in the kitchen. Run! Yeah, now she's grabbing a coffee mug. Something's weird's going on here, guys. Okay. So, got our pineapple done. Our onions are caramelizing our way. Our garlic jalapeno oil is working. Gotta make our sauce. Again, like I said earlier, our sauce is as simple as it gets. It's going to be that garlic from earlier, some tomatoes, salt, pepper, and just a little smidge of oil. Basil makes a fantastic addition to it. I could not find basil for a decent price.
Honey?
You have a little basil over there growing? Oh, look at that. The wife has some basil. Knew I loved her for a reason. We're just going to keep it super, super simple today, guys. As far as tomatoes go, fresh tomatoes are fantastic for pizza sauce, but honestly, you can't go wrong with canned tomatoes. A lot of times, your canned tomatoes are going to be better flavors than your fresh tomatoes for sauces. When it comes to pizza sauce, I always go with San Marzano tomatoes. They are, honestly, the best tomato for pizza sauce. I always have loved them. They're delicious. Technically, should only be coming from Italy, but we have some California San Marzano tomatoes here today, because that makes no sense, but I'm going to go with it. They are the best kind of tomato, though. They have the best sweetness, acidity. That's the one thing with fresh tomatoes a lot of times. You're entirely dependent on what time of year it is for your tomato, and you don't want to be relying on your pizza sauce changing flavors just because it's summer versus winter. That's honestly one of the best reasons to use canned products. Consistency. Obviously, fresh product is better in a lot of applications, but for something like this, I definitely recommend canned tomatoes. And we're just going to add just a little splash of oil. Just enough. And now the moment of truth. This might get loud, guys, on the microphone. We're going to find out. Also, it's on. Beautiful. Just enough. Okay, what do we got? Any big chunks of tomato in there? Maybe. There's a couple chunks in there, but nothing too bad. Okay. One more second. Beautiful. Okay. That's our tomato sauce. Nice, easy, delicious. You don't need a lot of ingredients in tomato sauce. You just want to keep it simple. You want all the flavor of those beautiful tomatoes to come out. And you want your dough to be able to speak. With how little sauce you're going to see me put on pizzas, you'll understand here in a little bit as well. Our dough is looking fantastic. Onions look great. So red onions have a lot of beautiful sugars in them, so they caramelize really quickly. They are not going to look as good when you caramelize them. They're also going to be a little... They're going to look a little funky compared to a white onion, but they are just as delicious. Our garlic oil is coming along very nicely as well. We're starting to get a little bit of color on our garlic. I don't want to take that off the stove because it is getting very hot, and I don't want to risk spilling oil. Always be safe with oil, guys. I know I said it once. We're going to say it twice. Be safe. Oil hurts. Some of the nastiest burns you can get are from oil. Trust me on that one. Okay, we're gonna grab a little ladle here. Hopefully.
White. Second container. There you go.
And we're gonna take a little bit of our oil, pour it over our corn here. Set that aside. Make my wife really happy. We're going to roast this corn.
Ooh, there's also the tequila lime one and the bourbon apple. The
tequila lime wouldn't be the worst, but we're going to go with the black sea salt today. I got my Kahlua black salt here. So this is a charcoal infused salt from Hawaii. One of my favorite things. Whenever I go to Hawaii, which has been a while, but I love it, we always make sure we pick up a large variety of salts, because why not? Then a nice toss. We're going to go ahead and put that in the oven.
How much did you put on there?
A couple
You barely.
inches.
You need more.
No, I don't.
You do.
Nope. I promise. Because we're going to put more on the pizza later. Yeah. We're just going to put that in the oven to roast. Get a little bit of color, get a little bit of texture on it, because, again, we don't want that corn to be raw. And yeah, those onions kind of do look like an octopus. It's funny that you say octopus, though, there, Mr. Miles. This close. We were originally planning on doing some cioppino for this stream, which would have probably involved me getting some baby octopus and working with that. But we wanted to keep it a little more chill this time. Also,
we don't have childcare.
I only have 3 hours to do the stream today because of childcare. Look forward to that. We will do a seafood stream eventually where I buy a bunch of different seafoods. Octopus is delicious. I highly recommend it. As long as you can find an ethical vendor, which, good luck. I cannot read that name.
Love your mom, Twitch.
Love your mama Twitch. Hello, my friend. Welcome to Cooking with Gnome. Today we are cooking horrible pizzas, or great horrible pizzas. With that being said, our tomatoes are going to get a light roast in the oven. Our corn is now in the oven getting a light roast. That leaves us
Avocado.
avocados later. That goes on at the end. We're not cooking the avocado on the pizza. Onions are looking great. Oil is looking great. Sauce is done. The oven's making weird noises, which is always fun. We're going to go ahead and move on to our dough.
Have your
Aniv, you're weird. I don't even have my headset on. But you know what? I haven't worn my Bidoof yet today, so we're going to put Bidoof on, because why not? Is my stream working again? I don't know. As long as everything's working. Tell me if my stream stops, guys.
Your stream's working on my phone.
It's just really, really delayed on my stream manager. Weird. Okay. Pizza dough, guys. So, like I said earlier, I've got pizza dough I made last night because you want to make sure your pizza dough has time to proof. The recipe I'm using technically only needs about 2 hours to proof, but I didn't want to wake up at 6 o'clock this morning to make it, so I made it at 12:30 before I went to bed last night. Ideally, you let your pizza go for about 12 hours. You want to be able to sit in there and do that. Yeah. Fresh seafood comes frozen out the truck, assume what you will. Yeah, it's hard to find a good seafood vendor. I've got a few in the area for being in the middle of nowhere in Idaho. Well, I guess not middle of nowhere. In Idaho, I've got some decent seafood options. But for the most part, unless you're living in a coastal city, getting good seafood is rough. Luckily, I've got enough people I know working in those towns. If I ever really, really want to get seafood, I can get it. It's not the easiest and it's not the cheapest, but I can always get seafood if I really, really want it. Now,
Same day halibut is good.
Same day halibut is good. Only if you're in Alaska. That's at least the perks of being chef, the connections you kind of build up over the years. I know enough people, I could call up a seafood company and they say, oh yeah, I've got a delivery going there. We'll drop it off at your place and guess what? Perfect. Pizza dough. Pizza dough is a passion. I used to wake up in the morning, get to work at 6 a.m., make pizza dough every morning for a while, look over the harbor for a while. That was fantastic. One of the most relaxing things you can do is making pizza dough. It is also, you hear a lot about, like in Japan, sushi chefs. They take years and years and years to learn how to make white rice for their sushi. Same could be said with pizza dough, honestly. It takes a lot to learn how to make good pizza dough. It's very simple, but it's also one of those things, a bad dough can ruin your pizza. It's unfortunate, but you want to make sure you know how to make your dough, make it right every time. That being said, I've made a lot of pizza dough over my years. I've developed pizza doughs with Wolfgang Puck. I've worked at several different pizza places over the years as well. And everywhere I go, I seem to get stuck doing pizza, which, honestly, I love pizza. Ask my wife, if she ever asks me what you want for dinner, I'm going to probably say pizza. It never really varies, because, again, you can do anything with pizza, as you're going to kind of see today. I mean, we're doing a corn, avocado, and tomato pizza. That's not something you're going to find most places, but it's delicious. Same thing, one of my favorite pizzas of all time was a place in Spokane. They had a Thai chicken pizza. It had a peanut sauce, chicken, cilantro, red onions, sriracha sauce drizzled all over it. Again, it was different than what you're going to get, but you're getting Asian food and pizza. That's what I love about pizza. Your creativity is unlimited in pizza. From breakfast to dinner to everything in between. Honestly, even to dessert. We can make a fantastic dessert pizza if we try, I'm sure.
Caramelized apples and brown sugar.
Okay, we're going to take a look in the oven over here, because again, our oven is at 500 degrees.
Oh, here it goes.
We're about to set off the
Fire alarm.
smoke alarm here, probably. Yep, there it goes. Short, very short. Okay, we'll take that. I need to find a place to put this down. Whee. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Oh, get out of here. Tomatoes. Beautiful. Cat is now meowing. I'm very confused. Cat get trapped? We scared the cat.
You scared the cat?
My wife scared the cat. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know why they put smoke alarms in kitchens, but at the same time it makes sense, but it doesn't. Hate it. So our tomatoes are lovely roasted. Stop! Yeesh. Beautiful. Okay. So as I was saying, pizza dough. Very, very exact, very, very fun. But all that good stuff. So, our pizza dough recipe today is going to be very, very simple. We're taking 4 cups of 00 pizza flour. Flour, I could go on for hours and hours about flour. And you're thinking to yourself, you know what? Flour can't make that much of a difference when you're making pizza. And that's where you're wrong. So 00 pizza flour is imported from Italy. It is generally much higher food standards than anything you're going to find here in the U.S. I've had so many people over the years that they will come to my pizza shops and they can eat our pizza when they say they have gluten intolerances. Just in general, they get sick eating pizza most places, but they can eat pizzas made out of this flour because there's no GMOs in it. It's perfectly clean, it's perfectly safe, and it makes the best quality pizza dough you can honestly make. Now, if you're making something, so I should preface that this is for a flat crust pizza. This is for something that we're doing not like a Chicago style where it's deep crust. I don't know how it works with that. But for your average pizza, that you're that thin crust traditional style, it is going to be the best flour you can do. It works great. It works. Interacts with the yeast well. Interacts with the water well. Can't go wrong. Okay. Our onions are delicious. They are done. So 4 cups of our 00 flour going into our stand mixer with 2 pinches of salt. Obviously, pinch is a very unusual measurement when I say very exact, but generally if I was making a large batch of pizza dough, I would be using a scale, and I'd be making a lot more dough than I'm currently making. So I think for my largest batch of pizza dough, I usually, every 1,000 grams of pizza flour, I'm using like 4 or 5 grams of salt, something like that. It's not a lot. So you just want a little bit in there just to give it a little bit of accentuation. But you don't really need a ton of salt in there. Be very, very careful with salt when you're making pizza dough. Salt is one of the natural enemies of yeast. And seeing as yeast is very important in pizza dough, we try not to kill it. If you put salt in your yeast will die. And I don't recommend killing your yeast if you're wanting good pizza dough. Okay. Next trick. Get the fire alarm to stop yapping at us. We need warm water. So with pizza dough, we want to have, with yeast in general, so we want to make sure we have warm water. We don't want it to be too cold, we don't want it to be too hot. We are going to aim for that sorry, I distracted. We are going to try to aim for water that is between 100 and 110 degrees. Kind of aim for that 105 degree mark. Just slightly over body temperature, basically. I know it sounds weird, but that's where yeast kind of grows the best, is in that range. We are going to be looking for, we need 1.5 cups of water in that range. Going to aim for about 100 degrees. Probably aim for 105, just so it has a little bit of time to cool as you're transferring it to different containers, all that good stuff. I can tell you it's not been hot enough. There we go. If you get your water too hot, it will kill it. Too cold, you will not get activation of your yeast. So you gotta find that nice little half point. A lot of people recommend different temperatures when it comes to water for their yeast. I typically, depending on how fast you want your dough, that kind of depends on things. For this, we're going to be using this dough probably tomorrow at this rate, or soon. Don't know, we'll find out. We want the dough to be a little more active. If we were going to wait 36 to 48 hours, I'd probably cook this, put the water, I just turn the water off. Jeez, I got where I wanted to turn it off. I'm not thinking. We would probably be looking at 90 to 92 degrees. Give it a little bit more time for the yeast to activate, not try to speed it up. Since we want this yeast to be alive and happy, we are going to go a little on the warmer side. Again, you don't want to go over that 110 degree mark, because guess what? You will kill your yeast, and we don't want that. It's kind of that fine line of death and life. You know, we want our dough to be alive. Come on, get me hot. I don't want that hot water again. I hate myself for turning that off. Obviously, you can also just put a cup of water in the microwave if you really, really want to get it hot. But then you're risking getting too hot and burns and all kinds of stupid stuff. Okay. We're not going to be stupid here. We're going to put our 1.5 cups of hot water in here. Beautiful. Little splash more. Little splash more. Perfect. Okay. We'll go ahead and pour that right in there. Beautiful. And then we're going to take 1/2 teaspoon of granulated sugar. I don't know why our fire alarm is still just chirping at us every once in a while. That's fun. We're just going to dissolve that in the water really quick. And we're going to add 1 packet of yeast. Active dry yeast. You can use instant yeast, but it changes your ratios a little bit. So 1 packet of yeast is generally 2¼ teaspoons, if I remember it. Look at that. I know what it's going to say on here. Right? Maybe? No. Well, 1 packet of yeast for your 4 cups of flour. I know it said it on the one of these, but I'm going to open that up. I'm going to pour it into your hot water and sugar mix. Give it a little stirry stir. Beautiful. And we're just going to let that do its thing. So what you're going to want, you want this yeast over the next 8 to 10 minutes to develop it. Let it breathe, live. We're on ads again, but... Okay. Scissors. Oh, I have scissors. Beautiful. So, we've got our dough working here. We can take our whisk out of there. Don't need that anymore. We're going to take a couple seconds here to do a little cleanup. This drawer is a mess.
Yeah, because we had to put all the... That's not where that goes.
The drawer was in earlier.
No.
Perfect. So we're going to set that aside. So now we have all of our ingredients done. Everybody's all happy, mostly, except for the fire alarm. The fire alarm is going to drive me insane. Okay. So, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Our onions are done. So, there's our gorgeous caramelized onions. Super, super simple. We've got some nice, lightly roasted corn here. We've got some quick roasted tomatoes. Beautiful.
Oh, that one.
Super simple. And I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to, because why not? We've got our garlic oil currently working very nicely. So when we're done with this, all we're going to do is we are going to strain all the garlic and jalapenos out, save the oil, and the garlic we can use wherever we honestly want to. It's delicious on pizza. That's probably where we're going to put a few cloves of that later. Probably on both of our pizzas. We'll drizzle a little bit of this oil on top of the pizzas as well, because that's delicious. Oh, we haven't cut our jalapeno yet. Gotta have a jalapeno on our pizza, right? I know I said seeds are bitter, but for the sake of putting them on a pizza, I like having the whole rings on my pizza, because, yeah. This looks better, you know? We can also pickle jalapenos if we want to. We have actually quite a few pickled jalapenos hanging out
In the fridge.
that I did on a previous stream. So I have done pickled onions at one point because I know I did pickled jalapenos. Beautiful. We're just going to do some gorgeous jalapenos. Let the wife decide if she wants those on the corn pizza. I don't think they'd be built good, but I think that pizza will be fine without them.
The pickled ones?
No, just the...
Raw ones?
Yeah. I think that pizza will be fine without adding those on there.
Do whatever you think.
Okay. So, you can kind of see here, I don't know how well that's going to show. We're starting to get some bubbling on top of our water here for our yeast. That's a good sign. That means our yeast is alive. We want our yeast to be alive because that's where your flavor is going to, or that's where your rise is going to come from. We want our pizza dough to rise. That, a little bit of this real quick. Wipe that bowl out. We're going to put our jalapenos in this bowl. Okay. Now, that is all of our ingredients for what we are doing here.
Arise.
Arise. See. Okay, we want that to do its thing. We're going to set up our station now for us doing our pizza dough stretching. So we always want to make sure we have lots of flour. Flour is the best thing when it comes to doing pizza dough. All-purpose flour. In this case, you don't need to use 00 flour for just, stretching. It's just going to kind of be a waste. Double flour is accessible, but also kind of on the pricey side, so I wouldn't waste it just.
I thought I had semolina.
Semolina works really well as well. It's perfect for stretching. It gives your dough a nice little taste as well on it. For this application, I wouldn't use it. I like using semolina more in the hotter ovens. It works all right, but it won't crisp up as much in this 500 degree oven. That being said, if you're doing this, guys, make sure you have your oven at 500 degrees or hotter if you can. Hot ovens are how you get your pizza to be perfect. Generally, if I'm working a wood fire oven, I would be sitting between 700 and 800 degrees. Kind of that 750 mark, honestly, is the perfect spot for doing wood fire pizza. That being said, you can go hotter, you can go colder. It all kind of depends on what you're doing, how big your pizzas are. Obviously, if you're doing a thick pizza, you want to make sure that your oven's not too hot, because if you're doing thick crust, guess what? You don't want it to burn before it cooks all the way through. You're doing thin crust, hot as you can get it. I mean, usually your stone on the bottom is sitting around that 700, 800 degrees. Your air temperature in the very top of your dome of your oven, you're probably sitting usually between 1,000 and 1,100 degrees. It's hot. You can do some crazy things in those ovens. They're fun to play with. They're fun to cook in. Someday, I'm going to build one. Good luck. But highly recommend, if you ever have a chance to mess around with a wood fire pizza oven, do. They're really fun. Very temperamental, but fun. Okay. I just need a strainer. We will make this work. I just need a metal bowl. I lost Bidoof! Perfect. Get out of here, Bidoof. So we're going to strain our garlic oil here real quick. Very carefully. Again, we're going to try not to burn anybody. Specifically myself, or my wife. It's hopefully the only people here, but I'm just going to strain all that oil into our bowl through our strainer here. And as you can see, it didn't really take too long to get this oil infused. It's going to have a ton of flavor in it now. It actually is perfect. Beautiful. And this garlic is nice and soft and delicious. Perfect for adding on top of your pizzas. Same with these jalapenos. Honestly, delicious. If you want to put them on top of your pizza too, go for it. We've got this delicious garlic oil. That is beautiful. Have fun with work, Mr. Corn. Stay out of trouble, my friend. Sure, we'll see you guys again. We'll see you later. Yeah. Perfect. So, our delicious yeast water is doing its thing. At this point, give it a quick little stir. We're going to go ahead and pour it directly into our mixing bowl with our flour and our salt. Again, we made sure that the salt is on the bottom of the bowl, so it's not going to directly impact the yeast, because we don't want to kill our yeast. We are then going to go ahead and put our mixer, lock our mixer. Just turn it on to its slow setting.
Which head did you use?
We are using our dough hook. We're going to start this off nice and low and let it kind of just go. We are going to then add just 2 tablespoons of oil. Olive oil works really good here. It doesn't impact the flavor. You're mostly just trying to get a little bit of lubrication in there, a little bit of life. This is not the dough recipe I typically use, but it works well for the application we're currently doing. I do not have my scale available, so I didn't want to do all my metric stuff today. And I didn't want to scale down my recipe down from 40 pieces of dough to 3. So we're sticking with this nice simple dough. Again, it works really, really well. How are you doing, Mr. Knight? It works really well for what we're doing. The sugar helps accelerate the yeast. The oil helps get our dough a little more malleable quicker. Yeah, very simple dough, very easy to make quickly. Beautiful. The idea with this is we want to make sure it doesn't get overworked. So it's on slow right now. It's working nice and slow. We're going to go ahead and bring our dough up to its medium speed here. And just let it work. Typically with the dough this size, we're going to let it run for 3 to 4 minutes. You don't want it to overwork. That's just kind of how it's going to get nice and tough. And we don't want tough dough. We want delicious, fluffy, soft dough. It rises gorgeous, gets beautiful color on it. Super simple.
What did you need to make the white sauce?
Delicious with white sauce. I would just buy ricotta cheese, a little bit of heavy cream, olive oil, salt, pepper, mix it together, and you have a delicious, easy sauce. In this case, I didn't want to make a second sauce, so we're going red sauce today. This is budget stream, which is the other reason why we decided to do this, because this is, you go to a pizza restaurant, you're going to pay $20 a pizza for this. With the ingredients I bought today, I have enough ingredients to make 10 pizzas for under $50. Yeah, and yeah, it takes a little bit of work, but nothing too crazy, guys.
Maybe tonight we let the Gnome baby make one for herself.
Maybe.
I think she'd love that.
Now, we're going to pull our dough off the hook here and put it down on our board. Yeah, the beep, we set the fire alarm off a little bit ago just in the process of doing things, and now it hates us. We've got our delicious dough ball here. Beautiful. I'm going to add just a tidge of oil on top of it, just to give it a little bit of love here. And just a little sprinkle there. We're going to take our dough cutter. So this is enough dough to make 4 beautiful pizza. Good to see you, Miles. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully, you get to see these pizzas later because they are going to be beautiful. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Got our pizza dough. Cut into 4 even pieces. It's nice and soft, gorgeously malleable. So we want to make balls now because we want your pizzas to be round generally, most of the time. So we're going to take our pizza. We're going to go ahead and just fold our corners underneath and kind of form this. It's basically tightening the dough by pulling in the edges. Put it on your cutting board, and you're going to roll it around. The same technique here that I'm following right now, you could actually use to make something like a hamburger bun if you wanted. If you were doing like brioche dough, you bake it like this, it'll rise into a bun kind of shape, and you could cut it and you have a nice pizza dough or burger bun or whatever you really want. It has been a pleasure, Mr. Knight. I hope you're staying out of trouble. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. We are getting close to actually making our pizzas here. Beautiful. So again, we're just going to use our thumb. I guess I'll try to do this with my left hand. I'm out of practice here. We basically are taking our left thumb here. We're basically going to be taking our thumb and pulling the dough underneath whilst we spin. It's kind of a weird motion here we're doing. But
You can also take both your hands and use the sides of your hand here to kind of just be pushing under. You want to just get that nice top smooth piece, or smooth piece on top. And words. We want words to work. We're folding under, getting nice and tight on top, putting our dough down, and rolling. Got some beautiful doughs here. Now, if I left these out at room temperature for the next 2 to 3 hours, they'd be ready. But we're just going to go ahead and put them in the fridge for now. Slow down our proofing process a little bit, and we'll probably use these either tonight or tomorrow to make more pizza. And then through the magic of mise en place and preparation, we have more dough. So I've already pounded these down a little bit just to get them a little more usable. We are getting a little bit of a film on there, which is a little unfortunate, but usable. We are going to go ahead and stretch out dough here. We want a little bit of flour down. Again, you never have too much flour.
That's not true if you're making sourdough.
You're making sourdough. So, we are going to go ahead and stretch out our pizza. Oh, we got a little bit of a tear in that one. We are actually getting super thin on this, which is kind of amazing. This dough is stretching a lot better than I expected it to. Actually a little thin on that one, but not too bad. We'll go ahead and set that one aside. We have a lot of dough here. Again, we're going to go ahead, we're going to stretch with our fingertips outwards. And add a little bit of flour on top. Remembering with pizza dough, fingertips are kind of your enemy when you're working with dough. You don't want to rip your dough if you can help it. With this dough, it's super, we're having issues in the middle here, I'm seeing. So I'm not going to toss these. We're getting just too thin already. I shouldn't be able to see through without this. So it's a little scary. It'll be delicious, but that little bit of a crust that has managed to form on it is making it a little tough to stretch it evenly. We'll make it work because we're the best, but it is a little worrisome. I'm going to actually try one more time here. We can use, so all these doughs I'm using, we can use for sure. Little flour, just a little bit. And we're going to be a little more careful in the center right now, just because we're definitely having some issues. More flour down. I can't see the screen, honey. You've done something.
Oh.
Push the X. There you go. Okay, beautiful. Now we're gonna have to be a little careful with this dough. Like I said, just got a little too thin in the middle. But we can make it work. We're just gonna take it, stretch it out as much as we can. Obviously, we can toss our dough. We can do all kinds of things, but you can honestly, without ever having to toss your dough, you can get a perfectly round pizza if you really try hard enough. Okay, beautiful. Where'd that ladle go? Right there. We're gonna start building our pizzas, guys. Hope you're excited as I am. We take a little bit of our sauce here. I need to do something here, guys. I have to take that out of that because let's not make a mess today. We'll go ahead and put our sauce into a bowl here real quick. excited for this as I am, because I am hungry, we're just going to take a small ladle of sauce here, put it right in the middle, and we're just going to spread it out. As you can see, the sauce is not super thick. We want it to have a little bit of, be on the looser side. That way, as it cooks, it's going to thicken up and be perfect. Again, we're not going super heavy on our crust. We don't want to go super heavy on our sauce. With how thin our crust is, you go too heavy on your sauce, guess what? Your crust is just going to sag and get disgusting. And we don't want that. Perfect. Next, we've got our Parmesan. Hopefully, if I can get it open, there it goes. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan all over. Again, don't want to go too heavy on our toppings. Cheese is very, very heavy and will make your pizza soggy. And you don't want soggy pizza. Maybe you do. But I try to stay away from soggy pizza. I like nice, crisp, thin crust pizza. Has tons of flavor. And good bite. Ah! Open!
Here.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay. I should say when you're making pizzas, make sure you use a dry mozzarella cheese if that's what you're going to want cheese sandwich you want to use. You can use fresh mozzarella if you want to, but make sure again, use fresh mozzarella not to put too much on because it is very, very moist. But you don't want to go too heavy on this. You just want this nice, even layer. If you're only doing cheese, sure. Since we're doing a few other different toppings on here, we don't want to go too crazy with the cheese because it is very heavy. A lot of moisture. Just makes kind of a mess. Now, we are going to make our roasted corn pizza. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to come over here, we're going to grab our garlic confit. We're going to put a few big old chunks of that on here, because why not?
What about the peppers?
It'll add some delicious flavor. You want the peppers on here?
Yeah, chop them up.
Perfect.
Why not?
We'll throw some of these garlic infused roasted peppers on here too, because why not, right guys? It will add some fantastic flavor on here. Set that aside real quick so I can chop up one of these guys. This is going to be absolutely delicious. Got just a little bit of heat into this pizza. Okay. Again, I can't emphasize this enough, guys. We don't want to go too heavy on any specific toppings. You want enough to cover, get enough to get some in every little bite or every other bite, but you don't want to go too heavy, because that's not how you do pizza. I mean, sure, if you're a Pizza Hut or Domino's or all that, and you just want to load up as many toppings as you can, sure. Guess what? Your pizza dough can, the crust is thick enough to kind of handle those. We're doing thin crust. We don't want too many on there because we want our pizza to actually, look like a pizza when you're eating it. I'm going to throw some of our caramelized onions on here. Add some beautiful, rich flavor on here.
Fennel.
Fennel would be delicious on this. Oop. Again, just try to spread these out nice and even, beautiful. Okay, we're going to grab our tomatoes and our corn next. Yeah, I hear you over there. Stupid fire alarm. Okay. Add some beautiful roasted tomatoes on here. See, these would be amazing if we could have a really high temperature oven, because we get some nice char on these as well when we're pulling them out. But it'll still be delicious either way. Beautiful. Okay. Grab our corn. Our light roast on it. Beautiful. Love it. Boop. Okay. And guys, our pizza is ready to go in the oven now.
Check it out.
It is gorgeous. Actually, you know what I might do first? Give me my brush here real quick. Where did I put that? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I had a brush. There it is. We're going to take our garlic oil. We're going to brush our crust. Because, yeah, gets us that nice golden brown deliciousness with tons of beautiful flavor. I'm going to do one last thing. Salt. You can never
Yes, you can.
even know what I was going to say. Never forget the importance of seasoning as you go. Beautiful. Okay.
Now show it off.
And this guy
Slime.
is going in to the oven. For, honestly, I don't know how long it's going to go in the oven. We're going to find out.
Okay.
We'll kind of keep an eye on it as we go. It's going to be delicious. But while we're waiting, we're going to work on stretching our next pizza dough here. We're going to see, as you can see, we had some issues with these other ones. They just got too thin in the middle, which this dough, I think it's just because we had ran into the issues of that crust forming on them, which just means it got a little too much oxygen too fast on the outside, which is unfortunate. But the nice thing is we can just reball those, keep them at a room temperature, and they will reform into beautiful pizza dough later once they've had a little bit of time to sit. We're only going to be making 2 pizzas right now, so we have 4 balls. We just got to be really, really careful not to break this last one while we're doing this. Again, we're getting a bit of a crust on here, which is really unusual for how fast it is forming, but we can make it work. We're just going to be really gentle, go around the outside here, making sure we're leaving a thick center here, but also not going too thin now on our outside. I'm just going to spin using our fingertips to push out really slowly here. We are getting a bit of a thin spot in the center, which is weird, considering we're being very careful not to even touch the center. But yeah, it's just this little bit of a crust, as you can see, we've got kind of forming. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to change your flavor. It just makes it a little more difficult to stretch. So just be careful. We're just going to push out with our fingertips here. If we were going to toss this, we would want to make sure we're not using our fingertips. You always catch it through wrists. But this dough is a little too fragile to be tossing. It's really soft. It's really amazing. Just too fragile, which is perfectly okay, guys. Most of you guys probably won't be tossing your dough. It's a little bit of a complicated. It takes a long time to learn. But yeah. And now we wait. We wait, we wait, and we wait. I know we're on an ad break right now, so I'm just going to do a little bit of maintenance around the kitchen real quick here. This somewhere here.
Might be that it got too cold in the house last night too.
It's in the refrigerator overnight. Beautiful.
So this one's gonna be pepperoni, pineapple, jalapeno.
This is going to be our pepperoni pineapple jalapeno.
We
With,
don't
of course, my favorite thing, hot honey.
I want to make infused honey sometime. What?
Expensive. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we're back. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them now. We're kind of in a little bit of a waiting period at the moment. As this other pizza cooks, we kind of are just gonna have to hang out because I only have one pizza pan right now, which makes it a little complicated. Almost bought a second one, but no. Burger stream, I gotta get the grill first. I'm not doing a burger stream until I have a good grill. It's the rule. But looking at future streams, guys, I want to do my molecular gastronomy stream. That's going to be a fantastic time, hopefully.
Dim sum.
Dim sum would be a fantastic stream. We're going to probably try sometime. Seafood. I want to start working through some of my crazy cookbooks I have. I have a few of them kind of sitting out here today. I've got our official Fallout cookbook that is on the list someday of things to do. I hope that'll be a fun one. I do have the official Dungeons and Dragons cookbook, so hopefully that will be a fun one to do as well sometime. I have a few other crazy cookbooks hanging in the back.
There's Pokemon.
I've got our history of cooking cookbook, which we'll see how that goes sometime. Eventually, maybe, depending on how things go, might be able to convince the child to do a cooking stream with me, and we'll do our Bluey cookbook, because who doesn't love Bluey? Right? Right?
Hey, would you rather watch Bluey or Paw Patrol or Cocomelon? Yeah.
It's all bad, but
Yeah.
yes. So I've lots of cookbooks we might mess around with sometime. Have some fun with. See what can happen from those.
Tapas.
Tapas. So just if you have any ideas, make sure they go in the Discord, in the cooking ideas, cooking stream ideas. There's a cooking channel somewhere in it. Put your ideas in there. We want to know what you guys want to see cooked. As things are falling all over the
I
place.
could do a takeover and make something yummy.
Yeah. I'm going to try to start sneaking some cooking streams in a little bit more often. It might be one of those things where I have to do a little bit of a cooking stream before I go to work on some days if the wife is taking the child to daycare. We'll see. Cooking streams solo are a little bit of a adventure, for sure. But possible. Very possible. I'm going to move these doughs.
You do a sourdough cooking stream.
There. Got this right here for when our pizza comes out. I got a pizza cutter, right?
Yeah. I think it might be in the dishwasher.
In the dishwasher. Why would it be in the dishwasher? There it is.
She had pizza recently.
Did we?
The frozen ones.
Pizza is looking fantastic here, guys. We are getting some gorgeous color on it. So that'll be done hopefully in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Then we can start building our next one. We do need to get a pizza stone eventually because, yes,
Let's go shopping.
we're not going shopping. That sounds like a bad life choice.
You look at things and I go look at plants.
So
And wine.
we'll get some cool cooking streams hopefully coming up. It's going to take a little bit of finagling, but I do want to start doing them more. I just have a lot of fun doing these cooking streams. You guys seem to enjoy them a lot as well. So hopefully we can start getting some more cooking streams snuck in. Again, I'm just kind of waiting right now to see what my schedule for the next month is. I should hopefully have that this week. Then I'm going to have a schedule up of all of our streams that are hopefully going to be for this month. And I am going to try to stick to it. Yeah, because I've been real bad about, I'm going to stream today, and then I don't. I do that way too often. And so we're going to try to make a schedule. We're going to stick to that schedule. And if I don't stick to that schedule, I'll be donating subs to the community to, make up for it. So if I do not do a stream where I'm scheduled to do it, I'll probably donate a couple subs to the community. Just might not even be for my own stream. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We're going to do some donations if I don't stream because I need to be punished if I don't and I want to stream more. That's a good incentive. Spend money. Make me spend money, guys. But at the same time, hopefully I don't have to spend too much because I want to be doing my streams. That pizza is smelling fantastic. I don't think my wife can smell it right now because she's probably clogged up. But
nope. I haven't been able to smell anything in a year.
It is going to be delicious when it comes out here in a second. Maybe a couple more than a couple seconds, but we are definitely getting close.
I have 26 seconds on the timer.
Ooh. How long did you set the timer for?
10 minutes.
My eyes are burning. I think
Beautiful.
we are done. Now, if I was doing something like a wood fire crust, I'd want a little bit more color on there, but this is perfect for what we are wanting right here. We've got our corn, avocado, tomato pizza with garlic confit, caramelized onions, and all kinds of other deliciousness on there. Now, the one thing we are missing is our avocado. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to slide this off. Look at that. We're going to let this pan cool for a few minutes while we finish this pizza. We're going to go ahead and cut it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Perfect. Perfect. Cooked on there. We'll go ahead and cut this into 8 gorgeous pizzas. Pizza. We're going to grab our avocados, which, good luck getting good avocados right now, guys. They have become increasingly more and more difficult to get over the years, even over the days. Actually, we're going to do this. We're going to grab that pizza pan. We're going to put that pizza on there. It will be fine. Okay. We are getting a little bit of sticking here, which is fine. We can make that work. And bloop. Okay. Oop. A little bit of a hole there, but that's not too bad. Beautiful. Okay. Take that. It's going to sit over here for the moment while I cut avocados. Avocado is fantastic on pizza, though, guys. Oh, these feel actually a little on the soft side. Very soft side. We'll find a different one. That one feels better. That feels like a good avocado. I was lucky to actually find these avocados pretty cheaply. I got 8 avocados for $4. Pretty good. They are on the smaller side, but they are at least good looking avocados. You're probably thinking to yourself, Gnome, avocado on pizza? Trust me, it's good stuff, guys. Take our pit out. I'll pick that up later. Okay. Nice thing is, so our pizza is cut into 8 pizzas. pieces, jeez. And we're going to get 8 gorgeous slices of avocado, 1 for each. Actually, you know what? Let's do it even better. We're going to go ahead and slice this even thinner than that. That way we can get a little bit more coverage. Right, a little bit more avocado for each bite of pizza. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just put a little bit of avocado onto each slice. We want to do this after we've cut it, that way we make sure it gets on every piece. Beautiful. I know you're saying this doesn't look very pretty anymore. Yeah, you're right a little bit, but it's delicious. There's 2 pieces there. Beautiful. Fresh avocado is amazing, guys. It goes well on so many different things. I used to not be a big fan of avocado. We're now going to take just a little bit more of our black salt here. We're just going to give it a little sprinkle, because that'll add just that nice little depth of flavor. And then we're going to come back over here. We're going to grab our garlic jalapeno infused oil and just give it a little drizzle on top. Because why not? And then, of course, we have to throw some more Parmesan on there at the end. That's why I don't go too heavy on the Parmesan to begin with, because I like putting it on at the end so it gets a little more fresh flavor. And look at that, guys. That is pizza number 1 finished. Wife's taking some pictures. I hope that looks as good to me as it does to you. Or, other way, good to you as it does to me.
Hang on, something's amuck.
You're a muck. You are a little soft in the center. We kind of expected that, though.
Your stream is totally stopped.
You're a little late, Nick, but that's okay. We are having some issues today on our setup. Why are things going weird? I'm gonna reset my cameras here real quick, guys, just to see if that will help. We have just connection issues. Something weird's going on here, guys. Let me know if you can hear me, all that stuff, but we have definitely got some issues going on. Okay, that camera came back. Yeah, don't talk about the fire alarm. That's been driving me crazy. Of course, so the fire alarm went off in the middle of the stream. It went off for about 3 seconds, and now the battery notification is going off. My camera is having connection issues, though, guys.
Is it on the back of the...
No, because it's plugged the lights on. So I don't know what's going on there, guys. So we're just going to go... We're going to switch to this camera. And we're going to make this work. We're getting creative here, guys. I like it when my nice camera... Okay, that was the avocado pit. Whew. I just saw something scurry across the floor because when I realized it was the avocado. It made me a lot happier. We've got our delicious pizza here, guys. We have our corn, tomato, avocado pizza. My wife is happy, I can tell. And now, because we have to, we move on to our next pizza. Although, that one's pretty good. That one is definitely pretty good. Okay. Same place we're starting this time, guys. Sauce. Again, very thin crust. We don't want to go super heavy on the sauce. Just get all the way out to the edge as much as we can. A little bit more there. Our light. Oh, the next pizza. The next pizza is our pepperoni pizza. Our pepperoni, jalapeno, and pineapple pizza. Because no matter what they say, guys, pineapple goes on pizza. And you will not change my mind. I'm sorry. Controversial, I know, but yeah. Again, making sure we're not going too crazy on the cheese on here. We don't want it to get too heavy. Dough is very thin, especially this dough. Probably could have got away with making only 3 pieces out of that ball of dough. We might have had a little bit more stability in the middle. But where's the fun in that? It's still absolutely delicious. So the funny part is, most people don't realize. So the Hawaiian pizza, so Canadian bacon and pineapple. You'd think, you know what? That's gotta be something the Hawaiians came up with. Let's name the Hawaiian. No. Canadians. Explains the Canadian bacon a little bit, but, you know. Canadians. Canadians are responsible for pineapple on pizza. And that's about the only thing I can say about Canadians. So we're gonna make sure we get our nice pepperoni on here. This is gonna be absolutely delicious. Now, pepperoni is one of those things I love. Good quality pepperoni. Finding good quality pepperoni for cheap. Good luck. Good luck. It doesn't exist really. So we're just going with some nice, cheap, delicious pepperoni here. A nice base there. We're going to throw some beautiful sliced jalapenos on here because we like spicy on our pizza. At least I do. Beautiful. We got just enough to get like almost perfect coverage on there. We're going to add our little bit of...
Lots of
pineapple. We've got to be careful though. Pineapple has a lot of moisture in it. So if we put too much on here, it's going to make our pizza kind of on the soggy side. Which, that's the trick with pineapple. You want to put enough on there to make it delicious, but you can't overdo it, because you can overdo it very easily. And just make sure it's spread out so we get a nice, even layer on there. Beautiful. Now, what we could have done with this pineapple to make it even more amazing, we could have, while it's been sitting here, we could have marinated it with a little bit of sugar, brown sugar, and let it kind of caramelize on there. But with this one, I wanted to keep it simple, especially since we're going to be putting some honey on it later when it comes out of the oven. And if we go too much sweetness on there, it's just going to kind of make it a little too much. Again, since we're doing pineapple, why not? We're going to do a little bit of our Hawaiian black salt. Make this a true Hawaiian pizza. Beautiful. Let's give it some nice deliciousness on there. Honey. Honey is one of those ones that when I heard about putting honey on a pizza, I was a bit taken aback by it. But I have come to love it. It is one of my favorite things to put on pizza now. We're going to brush our crust with our jalapeno garlic oil again. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And then we're gonna actually put a little bit of Parmesan directly on the crust now to stick on that oil, just to get a little cheesy, garlicky deliciousness. Right?
You told me you're putting some on top of that.
There
There
a
you
little
go.
bit on top as well. Got lots of Parmesan. Parmesan's delicious. Maybe I just hit the camera more, it'll work. Oh. Okay. And to the oven. We're beautiful, probably 10 minutes again. That means you guys get my undivided attention for 10 whole amazing. Again, that just looks fantastic, right? I'd eat that piece, right? I'd eat that. Okay. Guess what? I'm gonna grab a slice.
Your stream stopped again.
Eat it. Everything froze. Something weird is going on with my cameras and streams today, guys. I don't know what's going on. Might be our internet today. I hope it's not. Might be. But at least it was nice enough to wait until we're almost done with the stream to do this.
Here you go.
So hopefully we can keep faking it for a little bit and make it work. Go ahead and snooze that. Just keep snoozing those as they go. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Ooh.
Any recommendations for desserts with alcohol? Ooh, that is a question, Nick. It kind of depends there. What type of alcohol? Because that makes a big difference. And what skill level? How you doing, Mr. Medieval? I love this shirt. It's my Slowpoke Hawaiian shirt. Any. Okay. You've whipped down the rabbit hole.
Creme brulee.
Whiskeys go great with creme brulee. Honestly, a lot of things go great with creme brulee. You can do almost anything with creme brulees. The fattiness of the cream definitely helps make the alcohol accentuate. You can actually put alcohol in your creme brulees, make some delicious flavors that way. I got to see Hawaiian turtles. Nice. Are you perchance in Hawaii, Mr. Sniper? I know you were getting on a flight.
Hawaiian turtles or Hawaiian turtles?
A little of both. As far as other desserts that go great with alcohol. Wow. Tequila. Wow.
Fruit.
You could do anything with fruit. It works really, really well. Some delicious torts go really, really well. Cakes, honestly. I love, whenever I'm doing tequila, I like trying to stick with anything that has a little bit of spice in it to kind of offset the tequila as well. Definitely recommend something like that. Chocolate mousse goes really well with tequila if you pair it rightly with a little bit of chilies as well. Beer. Red velvet cake goes really well with a lot of things. You can definitely go with either beer on there. Wine, honestly, would go really well with a red velvet cake. Chocolate's kind of the thing that you're going to go with when you're getting a lot of the alcohols, just because it has that nice palate. Well, a lot of alcohols have chocolatey undertones in them, like whiskeys and bourbons, beers, wines. A lot of amazing flavors in there with that. Zabayon is made with alcohol. Delicious. Super easy to make. I definitely would recommend that if you're pairing it with some alcoholic beverages. You really can't go wrong to a certain degree. Obviously, you don't want to do anything too heavy. You just kind of want a little bit of here and there. Turn 18, make some desserts with alcohol. That's why. I would heavily recommend...
Here's that cake I made, that bundt cake I made for your birthday.
Just some simple fruit dishes, honestly. If you love fruit, try brulee. How about some bananas Foster? Look up bananas Foster. First of all, you get to cook with alcohol, which is always fun. Second of all, it's delicious. Bananas caramel, maybe over a bread pudding with some whiskey. Definitely recommend that. One of my favorites. I can't believe it took me that long to remember bananas Fosters. I will eat bananas Fosters so much. But then again, I've cooked a lot of bananas Fosters over the years. Basically, if you can cook it with alcohol, you can drink it eat it with alcohol. So, if there's one thing I have definitely a passion for, it is pairing alcohol with food. Last cooking stream, we actually did a 3-course meal where we paired all 3 courses with a cocktail. So if you have any questions on that, I can definitely... Hey, watch the last VOD. Watch the VOD from the last stream. There's some cool stuff in there. You can enjoy that for sure. There's definitely some good pairings in that one. Otherwise... Now you can't go too wrong. You're gonna eat that whole pizza. Wait for the next pizza. You weirdo. Posted some pictures of turtles. Ooh. See, you're talking to some...
Oh.
Jello with vodka? Yeah.
Oh no, what?
I could definitely tell you some stories about Jello shots. We froze again. Something is going wrong today.
I think it's our Wi-Fi. I think he's in Maui. No?
Give me just a second. Who's that? Where am I looking for? This is what I'm looking for. Oops, that's not what I'm looking for. Sorry about the issues today, guys. I don't know what is going on. We definitely lost our stream at some point, which is unfortunate. Hopefully that's back for the moment, guys. I hope. But, Maui. We know a little bit about Maui. We've been there. I actually proposed to my wife in Maui. So, it is a definite favorite place. We've been twice.
Twice to Maui.
We've been twice to Maui, once to Kauai. I loved Kauai. I love Maui more. Now, unfortunately, the fires in Maui, I don't know how much I really want to go back until it's kind of recovered from that, but I hope that it recovers.
Well, there's a request for a proposal story.
No.
Yeah.
Proposal story. That's a fun one. So, I met this crazy lady in July. I proposed to her in October. It's a great time. She invited me to go to Maui with her parents. And yeah, I just kind of felt like the spot. You know, it worked out really well. I bought her a $20 ring. She told me I'm never allowed to buy her a more expensive ring than that, so that always
No,
works.
I said 50.
Okay.
Your limit is 50.
My limit is 50. But bought her a $20 ring at a store there in Lahaina on Main Street.
Front Street.
On Front Street, whatever street it was, Front Street.
We had dinner.
We had dinner. We went back to the pool. I proposed in a pool. It was great. We had a good time. Didn't tell anybody for a few months. Even better.
Yeah, a month.
I'm pretty sure that store doesn't exist anymore, sadly. But yeah, I mean,
I'm very
you're in
certain it.
yeah, it definitely burned down, but I'm sure it's building back. I love Lahaina. If it wasn't so expensive, I would love to live in Lahaina. But unfortunately, it is unreasonably expensive to live in that state for people in my industry. Definitely recommend checking out everything. My favorite place in Maui, not in Lahaina though, Maui Brewing Company. Fantastic beer.
Upcountry in Kailua.
There's 2 of them in the state in Maui.
One's in Napili.
Yeah, one's in they're both in Maui.
Napili Beach area. It's on West Maui. The other one's on Central out of Kahului.
Kahului, yeah. Definitely recommend going to Maui Brewing Company. Their coconut porter, absolutely delicious. Do the brewery tour. Heavily recommend it. Where are we on that timer?
I forgot to set it.
Oh, beautiful. So we're gonna check this pizza. Make sure it's not burnt. Shouldn't be.
But it should be right.
It looks like getting there. I'm gonna put it in for another minute. Just one more minute on that. It'll be delicious. Brewery tour. It's a fantastic brewery tour. Definitely recommend it.
When we went, they were toasting coconut.
They were toasting coconut. The entire place smelled like fresh coconut. Amazing stuff. Yeah. Again, if you guys ever have any questions about
Slappy cakes.
what about slappy cakes?
What are slappy cakes?
I'm not familiar with that actually. Breakfast place?
Oh.
I don't know. I'm
We
not
haven't
familiar.
been there since
Last time we were there was 2019.
pre-Gnome Baby.
Pre-Gnome Baby, pre-COVID. So it's been a while. There are some fantastic breakfast places there in Lahaina, hopefully. Down the Hatch is one of our favorite places, if it's still there. But it's hard.
Lahaina Coolers.
Lahaina Coolers was good, yep.
Yeah. We met Blind Chicken.
Don't forget about the blind chicken. It's named after an artist. Van Gogh? No.
No.
It was Vincent.
Wait.
It was named Vincent. Lovely chicken. Rooster. But, okay. We have our pineapple, pepperoni, and jalapeno pizza. Okay. Ad start in 9 minutes and 51 seconds. Goal is to be done with the stream before then. I don't think that should be too much of an issue. Especially since we have to go pick up the Gnome Baby in about half an hour. We're timing this perfect today, guys. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. So we have this gorgeous pineapple, pepperoni, jalapeno pizza. I'm excited. This is going to be a fantastic lunch.
Honey.
Oh, honey. And don't forget our spicy hot honey on here, because, yeah. Got our delicious drizzle of honey on top of this. Beautiful. I'm gonna move this into the actual view of the camera.
Well.
With it ish camera. And that is our pizza, guys. Again, one of my favorites. I love pineapple on pizza. I know it's got that bad thing about pineapple doesn't go on pizza. Love it. Always will love it. It's been my favorite forever. Make a BLT pizza. I have done a BLT pizza before.
What was on the crispy kale?
My crispy kale pizza was chorizo, harissa, kale, roasted tomatoes. But you could definitely do a roasted tomato pizza with some bacon on it and finish off with some arugula and olive oil. Fantastic. That all being said, thank you all for being here today. I appreciate everybody showing up for the stream. I'm having a great time doing these cooking streams. I'd love to do them more often. I'm going to try to figure out how to do these more often. I'm going to hopefully have a schedule out for the rest of the month for streaming soon. That all being said, we will probably be back tonight with a stream, hopefully, because I have a Pokemon running in Ironmon that I really am excited about. And we're making some progress on, so I'm excited about that. Let's see. So let me know if you have any ideas for more streams for cooking, or any cooking ideas in general for what you want to see me stream, because I have fun streaming. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what I want to stream. So if you guys have some ideas that could be fun, let me know.
We could do a Lego build.
We're not doing Legos.
Oh, come on.
Obviously, we have the Ironmon server going, so hopefully we'll be getting some streams of, or not Ironmon, Pixelmon's going. So hopefully we'll be doing some of that.
I think this will be the year to do the gingerbread house stomp.
Gingerbread stomp. So we have some fun ideas coming up here. So hopefully we can get those to go. I'm gonna have the wife try to find somebody to raid here. I have an idea. So see that parachute on that screen? It's behind you. Hey, look, a timer. So hopefully she can find somebody to raid while we're finishing up here. It's on that screen. Or do you have that on your screen too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I think I want to raid somebody in Pokemon. So hopefully, I think he should be. He should be streaming. Let me find out real quick if he's streaming real quick here. The wife is...
Who is it?
Go up, go up, go up, go up. Nope, 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 nope. You know what? Let's do... You know what? We can do Dr. Maple. I like Dr. Maple. So we'll raid this guy here in a few minutes. This is Dr. Maple. He's actually the guy who makes a lot of the patches for Ironmon. He does a lot of great work in the community. Fun guy to watch as well. I love the guy. I just started watching him recently. He's really entertaining. So make sure you guys, if you like seeing the Ironmon stuff that we do, make sure you give him a follow, interact with him a little bit. But again, hopefully I'll have a schedule up for the rest of the month coming out here soon. Hopefully, as long as my bosses get me my schedule. I'm really, really hoping my bosses get me my schedule here soon. And we'll get that. We'll be trying to do as many streams as we can this month. Hopefully, I can get a cooking stream or two in. We'll see. It's going to be a challenge. But we like a good challenge around here. That all being said, again, it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you for being here. You guys make this worthwhile to do, because streaming to 2 people isn't always the most fun, especially when you're cooking. So thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate you all. And hopefully we will see you guys later this evening when we do some more Ironmon. So have a good day, everybody, and have fun. Let Dr. Maple know we love him. Bye, everybody.
I think our internet's being stupid.